YouTube, this is the Bucket coming at you today with my Beretta Bobcat 21A. Mine is an Inox version chambered in 22 long rifle. We're going to talk a little bit about this gun, about how it operates, talk about the specs, and talk about what I thought about the gun at the range. So this gun was made by Beretta. They started making this gun in 1984. They still produce it today. This, again, is an Inox because it has a stainless steel slide and a stainless steel barrel. Inox stands for inoxidizable, and it has a Brunetton aluminum alloy frame. It has a manual safety that can be operated with the hammer up or with the hammer down. And again, like I said, it's a double action, single action firearm. What makes this gun unique is its unique tip-up barrel design, which is designed to help people with maybe manual dexterity issues while keeping the pistol really, really small. So what you do is you take your detachable box magazine. Mine's in 22, so that's a 7-round detachable box magazine. If you purchase this in a 25 ACP, it'll have an 8-round detachable box magazine. So you put the 7-round magazine in the frame, you put one in the barrel, and you simply push the barrel down. And since it's a double action, single action firearm, you can fire it with the hammer up or the hammer down, and you're ready for some more pew. Kind of perfect for a backup gun, for pocket carry, or plinking just out at the range. It's just a fun gun in that particular regard. Let's go ahead and talk about the specs of this particular pistol. So this pistol comes in an overall length of 4.6 inches. The barrel length is 2.4 inches. The overall width is 1.1 inches, and the height comes in at 3.7 inches. The weight when I put it on my scale is 12.1 ounces with an unloaded magazine. The gun fits really, really great in the hand. I can get 2 fingers on it without, any problems. One of the downsides of this gun are these really, really minimalistic sights, and they didn't put any contrast on the front sight. So when you pick it up, it's really hard to pick up those sights, making plinking at the range a little bit less than ideal. But for pocket carry, it's gonna snag a lot less on your pocket and making it a little bit more concealable. So it does have a really big, nice trigger guard here, making it easy to put your finger in, which you're gonna need because of that double action trigger. So I'm just gonna put the disclaimer out there that you don't want to dry fire your 22 long rifle pistols. As much as possible, you wanna avoid that. But for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna show you how the trigger operates. So again, I'll just double check and show you that the barrel is empty. So when you pull the trigger, it is a long, heavy trigger pull, and then it has a nice clean break. Not too much stacking. Then the gun will be in single action. It is not that long of a reset, and then you have a little bit of take up, and then again, you're ready for some more pew. It's not the most pleasant trigger in the world, but not bad at all. You're not gonna have problems with accuracy, especially if you're going to practice with this firearm a little bit. So let's talk about how you disassemble this firearm. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is remove the magazine, which will pop right out, which is a nice feature. Then you're going to go ahead and flip up the barrel, verifying that the gun is empty. Then you're going to want to cock the hammer. At that point, you just take the front part of the slide and you just lift up on it and then pull the barrel all the way forward, and then the slide will just come right off the gun. At that point, you can clean your rails, you can clean any debris, anything else that you have there. If you want to oil any of the springs, you can do it at that point. It makes cleaning the barrel really, really easy. Then you take your slide and you can clean it with a brush with some Hoppe's number 9. And then once you've got it clean, you're ready to reassemble the pistol. At that point, you're going to take the slide rails and marry it up with the frame lugs. It's really easy to do, especially when you have the hammer back and the barrel all the way forward. You'll push the slide all the way to the forward position and just push down on the slide. It'll lock right into place, and then you're ready to do a function check. Put on your safety, verify that the safety is working as it should, take the safety off, hold the hammer down, pull the trigger, and slowly let the hammer back up. Really easy for maintenance, for cleaning. It's just a really well thought out firearm. As far as shooting this gun, it feels great in the hand. The recoil is really, really manageable. It's a fun gun to shoot. There are some problems though. These sights are ridiculously small. And again, it's designed for pocket carry, and I understand what they were going with, but it just makes getting accuracy really difficult with this gun. I'm not saying it can't be done, I'm just saying it's not going to be something that a lot of people can pick up and just be really successful with. I'll show you after about 75 rounds at the range today, I could get pretty good accuracy, but what you'll see is since it's so small, it's not very forgiving for minor, small lapses in your trigger discipline or in shooting. As I put more rounds into it, I did get more and more accuracy. And you can see at 5 shots at 7 yards, I'm improving, I'm getting tighter groups. As I took my last shots, you can see here that I got a couple in the bullseye and the others are relatively close. But this round up here, yes, that's me. But that being said, that is a pretty large distance from where I was aiming to get the gun. With a small gun, minor differences in how you hold the gun, how you pull the trigger, how your sights are aligned, and with those sights being so small, there is just not a lot of leeway on this particular gun. That being said, if you have a need for a pocket carry, maybe you're a hiker and you really want something light in your pocket that's not going to take up much space, maybe this is going to be your backup carry, and the absolute small nature of it is really, really ideal. I think this could be really good for those types of people. That being said, if you're just wanting a 22 to have around at the house to shoot occasionally, I think the M&P Compact 22, the Taurus TX 22, I think are better options. I think you're going to enjoy it more. I think you're going to have more accuracy. I think it's going to be a little bit more successful. That comes to the last part. I had, in under 100 rounds, I had 3 malfunctions. Could it have been the ammo? Well, I was shooting CCI mini mags, and those are pretty darn good 22s. That's going to be about as good as you can get. So the reliability is not ideal. Also, this gun was not made with an extractor, which means if you want to clear a malfunction, you have to be really careful. You have to think about it. You have to drop the mag and then fling out whatever you have. It wasn't hard. I didn't need a special tool to do it. That being said, one time I made a mistake, the barrel was down, and I pulled back the slide because that's usually how I would clear a malfunction. Now I have a bullet trying to double feed into the barrel, and if you don't have a lot of experience with malfunctions, that can make it a lot more difficult to deal with. Just things to think about when thinking about purchasing this gun. Is it a bad gun? No. I just think that it is a gun that was designed for a very specific usage, and if you're not going to use it for that usage, it's probably not the best gun out on the market. As far as how it compared to the PT-22, this was a lot more reliable, a lot more accurate. I love the fact that it gave you a single action option. For me, if you could pick up a PT-22 for $250 or pick up this gun for $400, I think the $150 is well spent getting the Beretta. I think you're just going to be happier with it. So I want to thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. All the likes, the comments, the shares are really appreciated. And as always, you stay classy, YouTube. Little baby Bucket, do you want to live in California?
No.
Why?
Because I'm not a compliment.